Good morning students. In our last video lecture we have covered multiple choice question of chapter how things changes. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed. Those of you have missed that session, kindly go and go and check it again. Okay, try to solve those multiple choice questions again. Okay, and revise it so that you can participate in today's video lecture and be attentive while answering the questions and understand as well why that answer is correct, why that answer is not correct. So in our last video lecture we have covered multiple choice question of chapter 6 how things changes. Okay, before moving forward towards today's video lecture, in which we are going to cover our next part of exercise, that is true false, give one word answers, give examples of and all. So first revise it. I hope you have revised the whole chapter again so that you can answer it well. Okay, what we have covered in this chapter, a brief short description of this chapter. So in this chapter we're going to cover out physical and chemical changes. Okay, how physical changes are different from chemical changes, what is there in chemical changes. Okay, types of different reactions, we have chemical reactions we have discovered, we have related different types of chemical reaction in our day-to-day life. Okay, also so that you can visualize it. मैं बता दूंगा आपको. Okay, so we're going to visualize it again. So in this chapter what we have studied here is physical changes, the changes which takes place in which there is change in their physical properties like length, weight, mass, density, hardness, toughness, ductility, malleability. So these are some types of physical properties. If we try to change these properties, so that type of change is called physical change, whereas chemical changes are entirely different from physical changes in that there is change in composition. Okay, there is change at molecular level. Okay, so if we change at molecular level means we change its composition entirely and we make a new substance. So that type of change is called chemical change. Then we have studied types of chemical reaction as well, where we have studied about different types of chemical reaction. That is, are we missing anything? Yes, we have missed crystallization of salt. So okay, what is crystallization of salt? It is a basic process of obtaining pure form of salt from seawater. Okay, and if someone asks what is the process carried out to get salt from seawater, that is evaporation. Okay, and to purify or to get purest amount of salt, we do the process called crystallization. Those students who have not understood this process can go through that link of video lecture and can do that activity at home also and can visualize that video. Whereas then we have discussed different types of chemical reactions also. Okay, in that we have understood about different types of chemical reaction like combination reaction. Okay, what is combination reaction? It is a type of reaction in which when two or more than two substances combine together chemically. What they combine, how they combine is chemically. When two or more than two substances combine chemically to form a new substance or substances is called combination reaction. Then we have seen its applications also, like its application is rusting of iron. Okay, basic applications I am discussing: rusting of iron, burning of magnesium ribbon. Okay, so these are some, and photosynthesis in green plants. These are some basic basic reactions of combination reactions. Okay, where two substances are combining. In photosynthesis specifically, carbon dioxide combines with oxygen, water, and forms glucose and gives out oxygen and water. Next we have gone through neutralization, where acid and base reacts with each other and form salt and water, and its application, simple application, is to cure acidity. Okay, in your stomach when you eat something sour in large content, the acid amount is more, and to neutralize it, what we do, we take antacids. Okay, so it is neutralization. Next we have gone through displacement. We have performed one activity also. Okay, this we are going to perform in our chemistry lab, where we are going to take one iron nail and dip it into copper sulfate solution, and after, as we know that iron is more reactive than copper, so it will displace and it forms iron sulfate and turns blue liquid solution in green. Next we have understood about different methods of to prevent rusting: alloying, electroplating, Okay, greasing, oiling. Okay, so now let's start with next part of the chapter, that is true and false, and give one word answers and all. Okay, so be ready with your notebooks and books open. So I hope you have taken out your books. Okay, now we're going to solve today's true or false. So okay, chapter 6, how things changes. I'm repeating it again. Okay, open true or false section. Okay, and try to solve it first. Okay, and try to understand why it is true, why it is false. Now the first question is, coating layer of zinc over iron is galvanization. Okay, I'm going to repeat it again and again so that if it is not visible, you will able to listen it properly. What the first question is, coating layer of zinc over iron is called galvanization. So what they are asking? So they are asking simply, what is galvanization? Okay, is it galvanization is coating a zinc over iron? Is it? How many say it is true? And why it is carried out? Okay, it is true, and the reason why it is carried out, it is carried out to prevent rusting of iron. Okay, we to prevent rusting of iron, we do galvanization. In galvanization, what we have done, what we have to do is, you have to take a solution of zinc, molten zinc, and try to apply it on the container which is having iron in it. Okay, which is made up of iron. We try to polish it with molten zinc so that it will not get in contact with water and oxygen, okay, easily. So galvanization is a process of coating zinc on iron surface. I hope 90% of students get it correct. Okay, next question. Souring of milk is a physical change. Okay, souring of milk or curdling of milk. Okay, other word you can choose is curdling of milk is a physical change. Is it a physical change? Okay, what I've told in physical change, there is no new substance is formed. First thing, you keep in mind that in physical change there is no new substance is formed, and mostly it is reversible. So is it? No, it is false. Okay, the souring of milk or curdling of milk is a chemical change because it is that milk changes into curd. So it is a chemical change and it is a permanent change. Now next is, marine water expedites the rusting of iron of ships. Okay, marine water means the sea water. Okay, salty water. Now let's check your vocabulary. How many of you know the meaning of expedites? Anyone? Expedites means increasing the rate of, okay, which makes the process quick. So expedites means which makes the process quick. Expedites the rusting of iron of ships. Okay, let's understand the question first. So in this question they are telling that ships, okay, or any iron object, when it is kept in marine water or salty water, what happens is the chances of getting rusted increases. Okay, it will rust in short period of time. Whereas if you keep that same container in normal water, okay, in normal water which you are having at home, and you keep it that same container in normal water, it will take more time, whereas if you keep that same container in salty water, it will take less time. Is it true? Yes. How many things it will be true that if you keep an iron container or ships made of iron get rusted fast in comparison to if they are kept in normal water? So it is true. Why it happens so? Because marine water contains large amount of minerals, salt in large content, which increases the electrolysis process. Okay, there is a transfer of ions rapidly, that's why it get rusted easily. Now next is, burning of wax candle is a physical change. This we have discussed in multiple choice question. Let's understand it again. Burning of wax candle is a physical change. Okay, so burning of wax candle means you are burning candle made up of wax. Now while you are burning, try to visualize it again. Science is all about visualization. Okay, take one candle. We have taken one candle. All of you visualize. You have taken one candle. Okay, if you can't visualize with open eyes, try to close it and visualize it. You have taken one candle. Consider this it as candle. You have taken it. You have enlightened it with either with lighter or a matchstick. You have enlightened it, and now what will happen? Try to visualize. what will happen? It will start melting. The wax which is there, it will start melting, it will start falling down. Okay, it will turn into liquid state and it is falling down. And whereas that flame which is lighting here is start giving some amount of little amount of smoke. Okay, if you observe it carefully, you will find out some amount of smoke and heat is coming out of it. So in this case, while you are burning a wax candle, what happens here is, here that wax candle is giving out a new product, that is smoke. Okay, it is giving out some product called smoke. It is giving out some product called smoke. So as I have discussed, in physical change no new product is obtained, whereas in chemical change new product is obtained. So while you are burning a candle, you are getting a product in form of smoke. So it is a chemical change, it is not a physical change. So it will be false. I hope it is clear. Okay, next. Iron nail gets coated with copper when placed in solution of copper sulfate. Is it true? Okay, it is related to that activity which we have performed regarding displacement reaction. Okay, in that, try to visualize that activity again in your brains, that you have taken one container having copper sulfate, blue color liquid. Okay, try to visualize. Okay, you are having one container having copper sulfate, blue color liquid. Okay, and now you have dipped 1, 2, 3 iron nails into it and wait for some time. What will happen? What will happen here is that iron nail, which is grayish in appearance initially, now will turn brown. Okay, it will having brown coating, whereas the solution will turn green, which is initially blue. So which coating it is having? It is having coating of copper or not? Yes, it is having coating of copper on it, because iron being reactive displaces copper sulfate. Okay, iron being reactive displaces copper from copper sulfate, and that copper, displayed copper, will cover this iron nail and it will turn brown. Understood? So it is true. Now next question. Iron get rusted in moist air. Okay, iron get rusted in moist air. Moist air means which is having large amount of water vapor into it. Okay, understood moist air? I find it is clear to all that moist air means the air which is having large amount of water vapors. Okay, like if there is rainfall 1 or 2 days back, you will find it humid. Why? Because there is increase in amount of water vapor in air. So if you keep an iron piece in moist air, what will happen? It will get rusted. Yes. And if you keep it in dry air, will it get rusted? Look, dry or moist air here means for getting rusted. To get rusted, if you want iron to get rusted, you require 2 things. First, you require water and air. So in moist air, you are getting water also, water in form of water vapor, and air also. Okay, that is oxygen. Whereas it is a dry air, okay, dry weather, and if you keep it there, then what happens here is the amount of water vapor is less and oxygen is still present. So the chances of getting rusted are very less. Okay, whereas in moist air the chances of getting rusted is high. So iron will get rusted in moist air. True, it will get rusted. Now digestion of food is a physical change. Okay, this is related to your chapter 2 which we have studied. Okay, nutrition in animals, there I have explained you digestion. Okay, so digestion of food is a physical or chemical change? This is very simple. Okay, how many of think it is physical change? It is true? Okay, no one. Good. So digestion of food is a chemical change. Why? Because in this process, whatever you are eating, it is converting into nutrients. There is nutrients which you are taking, it is finally converted into blood. Okay, by which we are surviving. Okay, so it is a chemical change because in this new products are formed. So digestion of food is a chemical change. So it will be false because they are saying it is physical change. Okay, I hope you are enjoying it. Next, crystallization helps in obtaining pure and clean substance. Okay, crystallization of anything. Okay, crystallization, it doesn't mean crystallization happens only with salt. Crystallization of any substance helps in obtaining pure and clean substance. Okay, that while understanding crystallization of salt, I'll I've stressed on word called pure. Okay, so crystallization is a process by which we get pure substance. Okay, it could be salt, it could be sugar. So that is true. So crystallization helps in obtaining pure and clean salt. So it is true. Next, burning of wax candle is a physical change. Okay, it is repeated in your books, and we have discussed it earlier also in option 4. So it is very simple. The burning of wax candle is physical change because in that, so it is not a physical change because in that new substance is formed. Okay, it gives out smoke, so that's why it is a chemical change. So it will be false. Okay, sorry. Now give one word answers for the following. Okay, last option, please change it, that is false. Okay, burning of wax candle will be a chemical change. It is not a physical change, it is a chemical change. Now next we are going to cover the next question will be give one word for the following. Give one word for the following. Now first is vaporization from the surface of liquid. This we have discussed in detail in MCQ. What it is? Is it boiling? Is it condensation? Or is it evaporation? So it is evaporation because it takes place then the substance changes from liquid state to gaseous state through its surface. Okay, it vaporizes through its surface, then it is called evaporation. Now next question is very tricky, that process by which salt is obtained from seawater. It is, so what will be the answer? Is it crystallization or is it evaporation? Okay. Okay, how many of you say it is evaporation? Okay, most of us is saying evaporation, so it is correct. So evaporation is a process of obtaining salt from seawater. Crystallization is a process of obtaining pure salt, okay, purest form of salt. That is called crystallization. Now, a reddish brown substance which gets deposited on scrap iron when left in moist air. Okay, so you have to tell me that name of that substance when iron is kept in contact with water and air for long period of time, it get rusted. Okay, and that substance which, that red substance which is coated on it, what we call it? In our common terms, in our common language we call it rust or zinc, but in chemistry we called it iron oxide. Iron get oxidized. Okay, it is combined with oxygen and water and it get iron oxide. Okay, rehydrated iron oxide because it having some content of water also. Clear? Okay, I hope I am getting it is clear to all. Okay, the metal which gets deposited on shiny iron nails when dipped in the solution of copper sulfate. Okay, so it is again related to that activity of displacement, in that the metal which get deposited on shiny iron nails. Okay, when you put that iron nail into, that copper sulfate solution, okay, it turns brown. That iron nail turns brown. So they are asking that brown substance, is it iron or is it copper? Okay, it is copper. Okay, because copper is displaced, iron is not displaced. Iron is turned into iron sulfate. That's why it turned that blue liquid solution into green. So what changes is copper. So which metal is covering that iron nail is copper. Okay, the symbol for copper is Cu, capital C, small u. Next is a solution in which no more solute can be added. Okay, for example, you have taken 500 ml of water and you are keep on adding salt. What will happen after few minutes? You will observe that salt is not mixing. Okay, it is not mixing with water, and if you keep on stirring it for 2 hours or 3 hours, it will not going to mix. So at that stage, when no more amount of solute can be added into a solvent, that condition or that type of solution is called saturated. Okay, that type of solution is called saturated solution. Okay, SOL dot, that is solution. Okay, solution SOLUTION, that is complete. You can write, don't write SOL dot. Okay, SOLUTION, saturated solution. Next, F, the coating of an iron sheet with a layer of zinc. Okay, that is very simple. Okay, they have twisted that question. Okay, if you have taken an iron sheet and if you're coating it with zinc, what we call this process? Very simple. Okay, anyone? Yes, that process is called galvanization. What do you call it? Galvanization. Okay, why we do it? Because to prevent that iron article from getting rusted. Okay, understood? So, so to protect iron articles from getting rusted, we apply a molten zinc coating on iron articles, and that particular process is called galvanization. Learn that spelling also. Okay, don't write it wrong. Galvanization, galvanization. Okay, next. A metal stored under kerosene to save it from air. Okay, we store metal under kerosene, a special type of metal. You have to guess which metal we have stored under kerosene to save it from air. Okay, you save it from air, otherwise it will catch fire. Okay, your house get burned if you keep it in open air. Okay, so which metal it is we have discussed. Okay, so that metal is discussed in combination reaction. Any guesses? Okay, its symbol is N. Okay, it starts from Na, its symbol is Na. Any guesses? Okay, the answer is sodium and potassium. Both metals are there. They are kept under kerosene because they are very reactive, highly reactive with water and air as well. Now next, a substance formed by mixing metals. The process of mixing metals to get desired results, to get desired properties, and that property is called alloying. Okay, ALLOY. Alloying is a process, and that thing is called alloy. Okay, ALLOY, alloy. Next, a change in which no new substance is formed, and the change is only in form of substance. Okay, so I'm repeating it, a change in which no, okay, they are saying no new substance is formed. The change is only in form of sentence. Which type of change it is? Okay, where there is no new product is formed. Okay, this we have discussed n number of times. I hope you will able to answer it. This hint is P. It starts from P. That is physical change. Okay, what type of change it is? Physical change. Okay. Now, the process which converts iron to iron oxide in the presence of air and moisture. What do you call that process of conversion of iron to iron oxide? You are converting, you are keeping one iron object like this. Consider this stick as an iron stick, and we keep it in open air and with water is there for months. What will happen? It will get rusted. Okay, it will get rusted, and that process is called rusting. What do you call that process? Is called rusting. Okay. Okay, so it is simple oxidation. Iron get oxidized and turns into iron oxide. Okay, rehydrated iron oxide because it is having some amount of water also, and so it is rusting. And next is a change in which new substance are formed. An original substance cannot be obtained back by physical means. So a change in which new substance are formed and original substance a change in which new substance are formed and original substance cannot be obtained back by physical means. Okay, in which new substance is formed. That type of change, what do you call? In which new substance is formed. Okay, and it cannot be reversed. So that is physical? No, it is chemical change. What type of change it is? Chemical change. CHEMICAL. Chemical space change. CHANGE. Chemical change. Now next question is, mark the following changes, physical or chemical. It is very interesting one. Now you have to mark, apply your senses. Okay, whether you have understood the chapter well or not. Okay, you have to tell whether a particular change is physical or chemical. Tearing of paper. You have taken one paper and you are tearing it. It is a physical or a chemical? It is a physical change, because if you tear a paper, it will remain paper only. It will not change into anything. It will not change into gold. It will remain paper only. So it is physical change because there is no new substances formed. Next, burning of camphor. Okay, how many of you know what is camphor? Camphor in Hindi it is called kapoor. Okay, so if you are burning camphor, what type of change it is? It is a chemical change, because there is there is new substance formed, that is it generates heat and it generates smoke. Okay, so it is chemical change. Burning of camphor is a chemical change. Baking dough to make a cake. Okay, you have baked a dough to make a cake. You have made one dough and you are baking it under a oven. Okay, microwave oven. So what type of change it is? It is because you are getting a new substance, it will change its taste. Like baking roti. Okay, you are baking chapatis on flame, gas stove. So that is chemical change. Understood? Because there is change in its flavors, there is change in its composition. Now let's see. Next is melting of ice. If you are melting ice, what type of change? There is new is there a new substance formed? Is it? Okay, no. So it is physical change. Okay, next, breaking of glass. Okay, don't break it, try to visualize it. Breaking of glass, it is a physical or chemical? Is it a new substance formed? No. So what type of change? Physical. PHYSICAL space CHANGE. Right, correct spellings. Next, drying of clothes. You are drying clothes, you are having wet clothes, you are kept it under sun. Will the cloth material will change? Will it turn from cotton to wool? Yes. Will it? No. So what type of change? It is physical change, because only the water which is there, it will get removed, it will evaporate. So it will remain same, physical change. Rusting of iron is a chemical change. Okay, because there is new substance formed, it get rusted. Okay, iron oxide is formed there on the surface, that it is a chemical change. Digestion of food. Okay, because while you are digesting, you have eaten an apple, it will not remain apple in your stomach, it will change into blood afterwards. Okay, so what type of change? There is new product is formed. So what type of change it is? It is chemical change. Understood? Next, dissolving salt in water. Okay, you have taken one glass, quickly take one glass, take water into it and add some salt and try to dissolve it. Is there a new substance formed? No, there is no new substances formed. So what type of change it is? It is physical change. Curdling of milk. Okay, you have taken some milk, okay, and you added some curd into it, and it turned into a curd. So is there a new substance formed when you are turning milk into curd? Yes, a new substance is formed, and that type of change is called chemical change. Okay, last one. Lime water turns milky. Okay, your lime water, it turns milky and it gives out which gas? We have discussed in MCQ, last MCQ, CO2. So as it is giving a new product, this is chemical change. Okay, now let's move towards the last question, that is give an example of. Okay, first, an alloy of iron. You have to mention an alloy of iron which is having iron in it. So most famous that we are using in our day-to-day life, that is steel. Okay, STEEL, steel. Steel is an alloy of iron. Next, a combination reaction. You have to give an example of combination reaction. Okay, we have understood many types of combination reaction. So you can write any one of them, but try to prefer this one which I have written. So like photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a combination reaction. Displacement reaction. Okay, we have performed that activity of iron nail. So an iron nail in copper sulfate solution. Okay, that is a example of displacement reaction. And last, neutralization reaction. Okay, we are taking antacid to cure acidity. You are suffering from acidity and you have taken Digen syrup or you have taken antacid. So this is an example of neutralization reaction, because that antacid, which is a base, is neutralizing the acid into your body. Okay, and it turning into salt and water. So it is neutralization reaction. So here your exercise part gets over. I hope you have enjoyed it. This is a very interactive section. I've enjoyed with you all. Thank you very much.